Okay. That me? That's me. Hi, everybody. I am professional YouTuber Margaret Pinard. Oh, man. Welcome to tonight's Fireside Chat. My name is Margaret Pinard. I'm a historical fiction and fantasy author. And you have stumbled upon the latest Fireside Chat, which is a series for August where every weekday I welcome a fabulous creative guest and we talk about how we're creative and how our batteries are charging creatively and do a little mini work session. So welcome. Happy to see you here. I will say hi to the chat in just a second, but I would love for Chelsea here to introduce herself. Tell us about your channel and what's happening very soon.
Ooh, okay, so hello everyone. My name is Chelsea, better known as CM Lockhart, and if you've never seen me before, I write books about Black girls who aren't all that nice. And my channel is the Written Melanin channel, and over there we talk about all things Black and bookish. So if you're into that, feel free to stop on by. It's a welcome space for everyone. And the thing that I have coming up next week, August 29th, Tuesday, is my second book in my Wrath of the Gods series. We Are Dying Gods is going out into the world, and I'm so excited, you guys. So I have paperbacks, I have hardbacks, and I have ebooks. So if you're into any of them, please get into it. It's like I said, it's the second book in the series, and I am so excited. I got a really positive review today, actually, from one of my favorite Bookstagrammers. Ooh. And when I tell you, I was like, tears, emotions. I was like, aww. Yay.
Aww. Oh, good. Yay. Pre-release. That's very exciting. Is that the first time that's happened that you get the review before? Because you've got a couple of books before this, so.
I think so. No, with We Are the Origin, I had a couple, but with We Are the Origin, it was very much a learning experience because it was like my debut fantasy. Like I had published books before, but it was like my first fantasy novel. And I was just like, oh, okay. So like with We Are Dying Gods, I have a street team this time. So they've read the book and they've been adding reviews and stuff. And some of them gave me some really dope quotes that I'm looking forward to sharing in the upcoming week. But I also, okay, slight aside, I ramble, sorry, but
it's all valuable, so don't apologize. Yeah.
With We Are the Origin, I had such a fiasco getting the physical copies from Ingram Spark because there was this mix-up where they sent the books to Texas instead of to North Carolina, and then they only rerouted 2 crates of books, and I ordered 3, and only one of them made it to me, and the other 2 went back to Ingram. And I was stressed, and I was like, you know what, Lord, I'm not doing that with this book. So when I tell you that I had a crate of books here a month ahead of time,
this is my comfort crate.
Yes, this is my anxiety crate. Okay, it makes sure that I am not freaking out. So
yes, all good, all good.
So with that, I got to actually send books out to ARC reviewers in enough time for them to have time to like post things ahead of time, kind of help me promote. So I'm really excited. Really excited.
Yay, very exciting. Okay, so book launch in the air. We've got the energy. I was just going to say hi to folks in the chat who may not know you yet and are like meeting you and want to support.
Yay.
Here we're just talking about Leslie and your music choice and your Instagram story. She says, right, can't get here fast enough. I think there are some people who might be seconding that feeling. David is here. Oh, that's why he had to duck out.
Yes.
Anita says hello. Jennifer Brown says hi. And Chelsea's in the chat. Yeah. Barrett says such a Chelsea fan.
Hi Barrett. I haven't seen you in like forever.
I know. Can't watch live, but going to catch the replay. Have all the fun. So jealous you got Chelsea. I've been dying to hang with her for a minute. Yay. Cool Gamer says hello, and he says We Are the Origin is amazing. So there you go, another blurb for the files.
Thank you.
RC Scott, hello. Deborah Great says
that's
hi.
my mama.
Oh hi, yeah, I was gonna say new face. Yay. All right, so hello to everyone in the chat again. Welcome. Like I said, this is a new series for August. We're going a little hard to sort of kick it off. And my channel, I usually talk about historical stuff and research and author things that are going on, and occasionally author panels as well. But I'm also a fantasy lover. So let's see. Well, okay, we're not going to talk about books because we only have an hour. But let me just say, slow down the adrenaline a little bit from the book launch energy. Let me just say to you how I learned about Chelsea's channel, right? So she has had a podcast, and I'm sure it still lives on in YouTube land, right? Yeah, podcast.
Absolutely.
Melanin Chat, and I think you did 3 seasons, and you had Audra on as your like co-host, and it was awesome.
Yes, actually, the fun fact, the Melanin Chat actually came back. We moved to a different time, so it's in the morning instead of the afternoon.
Oh, okay.
But we came back for a 4th season because we were like, you know what? We like talking to each other, and this is fun, and it's a community, and the bookish community is wild, and I feel like we have to talk about it sometime.
This is true. This is definitely true. And you had, I think Audra went off and did something for a while, and you had Amanda the author as a substitute. And that's when I came in and I was like, who's Audra? Because I didn't know her from before. So like I got to just meet several people at once because it's such a great podcast. Because you're talking about publishing stuff, like the tools and the techniques and what you're working through. You have sprints as well as talking about stuff. And so you do all the author things. It's really great. So
thank you. And also Amanda, the author, Amanda Ross, she is absolutely wonderful. And Audra had surgery, so she came and filled in while she was gone. So Audra's back, and Amanda is still very much around. She actually has a new book coming up pretty soon too. No one's going to take her soul away. She's been talking about it on TikTok, but I'm excited about it. Anyway,
okay, so that's how I met and got familiar with Written in Melanin as a channel with the podcast. And if you look down in the description, Chelsea's provided several different links, and it gives you a good sort of overview of her vast author empire. Because even though this is only her 2nd fantasy that's coming out, like you look at what she does, and it is clear that she is organized and she has got vision and like stamina and gets all this stuff done, which is so impressive. So let's just take you through some of the links, shall we? So we have We Are the Origin by the hardcover. I'm sure it's signed on your Melanin library link store. So I'll pop that in the chat.
This one,
Yeah. And then you've got something called a pre-order box. So walk us through the sequel, We Are Dying Gods pre-order box, which we have for 6 more days.
Yes. So the pre-order box I'm really excited about because I actually get to do a pre-order box this year. Yeah. And basically the pre-order box comes with the hardcover of We Are Dying Gods, which again looks like this. I'm gonna be holding up books all night, y'all. Okay, this is what I do. But comes with the hardcover of the book. It is signed. It also comes with the ebook version of this because I believe that you should have both versions in case you want to like dual wield. But it also comes with the pre-order artwork. It comes with 2 images. It comes with a bookmark that also has an exclusive image on it. Comes with a sticker, and it also comes with a baby shader candle, which I just realized but some people may not know. So it's a green candle, and it smells really nice. It's a custom scent from a Black-owned candle maker, and it is meant to smell like the fantasy creature. Like I have shaders in the world of Wrath of the Gods, and a baby shader is just literally a little baby shader, and it smells like it, and it's nice, it's sweet, it's fall, it's autumn, it's green.
Yeah. And on this channel we stand green. So sorry, Shannon, but you're overruled while you're here. I just watched Chelsea's episode of self-publishing tips and tricks on SD Houston's channel, and there was a little bit of talking about branding and colors and choices and what you make your guiding priority, and I came down on the side of the green. So
hey, that is, I mean, it's my favorite color personally, so I understand. Yeah.
The box is also custom design.
So I should have said yes when Ben asked to hand it to me, but the box is custom. You can kind of see it back here behind me. Okay. But On the inside of the box, it has a exclusive quote that is nowhere else within the book. So it's specific for the box, and it'll also have a note from the author on the inside. So you also get a little note from me. And here comes Benjamin, ready to hand it to me. Always ready. Always there.
It almost sounds like it's its own like fairy loot or illumicrate. It's your own like box. Yeah, that's awesome.
So that's the idea for it to be just something fun where it's like, you know, specific to the book where, I don't know, I feel like everybody else.
Shake it so we can hear that sound again.
Oh, that's because I think there's some of the pre-order merch still in here. Yeah.
I figured.
Since it's here, I can't show you the bookmark because the bookmark is exclusive.
Yes. It's secret. It's secret. Oh wait, something else is secret tonight. You wanna jump in and give us your favorite word for the secret giveaway?
So, my favorite word for the secret giveaway is facetious, and I actually learned about this word 12 years ago.
Okay.
When I started dating my husband when we first met. That's his mother's favorite word, and it became his favorite word. It became my favorite word.
Oh,
so it's got a history.
There's a legacy. I love this.
Yeah. So it's facetious. Don't ask me what it means. I only know how to use it in context. But yeah, and these are the pieces of artwork.
Character art, so cool, lovely.
So, and what I love about these is that I just handed the book to my cover artist, and I was like, draw whatever you want. So the images actually have a direct correlation to the book.
Oh, okay.
So I'm excited.
Yeah, in the self-publishing tips and tricks, I remember you saying that like you didn't have an idea for some and they ran with it. And you were like, awesome, value added. Like I didn't, instruct you or anything, but there it is.
Yeah, I am literally the worst person when it comes to being like, oh yes, this is what I want. I will describe the most outlandish thing and my artist will give it to me. And then she'll be like, but I could just do this. Like, and then she'll come to me with like common sense and I'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, let's do what you said. Let's go with your idea.
The thing you didn't know you wanted. The breath you didn't realize you were holding.
What? Let's talk about it.
Okay, we had another Stygian walk in. So this is a perfect cue for your next link. So your link up here. Hi, Jolene, Bookworm Adventure Girl. Love the energy, she says. Tell us about Stygian Collection. This is another arm of the empire. So what have you got?
Yes. So Stygian Collection is obviously, you guys know from Margaret, we're in it together. It is I don't even know how to describe it. It's a collection of short stories, but they all have like a theme around the word Stygian, like Stygian society. And my short story in it is called Burn. And I keep saying I'm really excited about it, but I like my writing, you guys. I'm Bane, whatever. And
you're writing for a reason. Came out of your brain.
Right. And what I really like about my short story is that if you read it, it's actually the origin story for a character who is going to show up in a new series. So it's all connected. And of course, mine's fantasy because I don't know how to not write fantasy, but it's about a girl at a boarding school and things go awry. Let's just say that. Things go awry really quickly.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we've got links. That's probably like social media. I forgot to check, but that's probably pretty normal and understandable. Then we've got Melanin Library. Tell us about this arm of the empire. Is it a leg? It's an arm?
It's a limb. It's definitely an appendage. The Melanin Library is an online database of books written by Black authors. And basically it just exists because algorithms are designed by people and therefore intrinsically to a certain extent they are flawed. And it's just, as a Black author, I kind of wanted a space where it's just like, okay, here's some other Black authors that you may or may not have heard about that can be difficult to find in all of the search, So it's there and it's a free resource. It's called the Melanin Library, but it is not, in fact, a library. It's just a resource that you can go find books, see their covers, get some like quick information in the summary. Currently it links to Amazon, which is an affiliate link, which helps support the library. But in the future, we're hoping to introduce some new features, specifically one where authors will be able to link directly to their website. So to further help indie authors.
Yes.
So that is
if anyone needs an example of how to use PayHip beautifully, the Melanin Library, and her written in Melanin like whole site is really awesome. How Kelsey sells her books. It's goals. It's goals for me.
A lot easier than it looks, I promise. It is.
Now you're making me feel bad. You thought you weren't, but you are. Okay. So the library, yes, curation involves work. So yes, affiliate links, all good. And then the Patreon. We both have Patreons. What do you do for yours? How did you come into like what you were going to offer for your benefits?
That is a continued learning curve, actually. So I actually have two Patreons. One is for the Melanin Library, which is purely for the support of the Melanin Library. That one is pretty silent, mostly because a lot of the people who sign up don't really sign up because they want benefits. They just sign up because they want to support the Melanin Library as a resource.
Right. Money.
The one for my personal one, CM Lockhart, is just I share pretty much everything. So it's kind of like an extension of the YouTube channel and the podcast. So normally I'm talking about things and I refer to like things that I've learned in my own life, but it's kind of vague for obvious reasons, right? But with the Patreon, I can get a lot more specific and I can provide pictures and examples and videos where it's just like, okay, let's actually talk about this and talk about what it looks like and etc. So today, like for example, today I released a new podcast episode talking about, time management as a full-time author. And one of the questions I got was, like, what does my actual workday look like? So I couldn't, you can't insert screenshots on a YouTube comment. So I made a whole post about it on my Patreon. I just made it public and I was like, hey, this is what my schedule looks like with like links and pictures and such. So that's kind of what I use it for. And just more insight into the my world as a whole. And then sometimes I do writing sprints that are like private. So yeah.
Makes sense. We had Felicia come in. Hello. Yay. Okay, so we're a little past time, so let's jump into our first sprint. Would you like to tell us what you gave me two options back and I chose one. So we're going to work on work in progress. And what is your work in progress since you have a book coming out? Are you already working on like a third book?
I am, because the way my brain is set up, if I stop, I learned this with We Are the Origin. If I stop, I'm just like, I wreck my momentum completely and I have to go all the way back to the beginning. So I am working on Project Necromancer, and it's basically a story about a necromancer who wants to take over the world. And I am working on chapter 1. I have talked about it on my channel, but I've been working on this chapter for like a month, Margaret. And when I tell you I'm ready to be done with it, I'm so ready to be done with it.
Okay. Well, we only have 30 minutes, but we'll try. I am staring at the last time we did work in progress on Fireside Chat, I looked at the short story scenes that I had written from the 1880s, and I'm just like looking at them to see how they can fit together into a story. That's where I am in my work in progress right now.
You got this. It's all going to come together. You're just going to get that magical click, and it's going to be like, oh, why didn't I see this earlier?
It's a different mind with Russell Crowe and the numbers and everything. So different. Yeah. What is it? A beautiful mind.
Yes.
Different is beautiful. That's why I said that. Okay, so let's start our crackling fire. Hop in for 15 minutes, and then we'll report back and share how we feel about what we did. Sound good?
Yes, ma'am.
is our first 15 minutes. 35. How do we do?
All right. I am working on finishing chapter 1. So I had about maybe 1,500 words, 1,800 words when I started, and I'm up to 2,300 now. So made some solid progress.
Nice.
Yeah.
Man, the energy launching you right into it. Awesome.
I have been living with this in my head for like a solid 3 days, and I was like, I need to get this out. I need to get this on paper.
There you go.
How about you?
Yeah, feel free to put in the comments if anyone else is working on their whip and wants to share. So I've got people, place, year, and I thought, okay, I have ideas. One of them is interconnected short stories, and I was talking about that last night, and the fact that a bunch of other people said that they're also working on interconnected short stories, to my surprise, a few months ago. And I was like, okay, so maybe this isn't such a weird niche thing.
Not at all.
I just went with like, so what if I did this in backwards chronological order and tried to explain that like a reform movement starts off in a certain place and then go back in time to like see how it's fed.
Ooh.
So that's what I was trying to like piece through, whether there was a through line there with the scenes that I had or whether I could like make them a little bit more meaty. So that's what I was thinking through.
I kind of like that idea of like working backwards on a like how do we get here type aspect, and it's just like the adventure is just like, wait a second, how did this get us here? You know, I'm a sucker for like flashbacks. If you've read We Are the Origin, you know this about me already, but I also really love like the build up and stories that are not necessarily told in chronological order, because it's just like if you start with the climax, I was like, okay, well, that's how my brain works. But
yeah, well, I have to say I'm not a fan of feeling like I don't know what's going on, but I'm reading a book right now that I described that earlier today as like it started in a really big circle of like a now time and a 1975 time, and like flipping back and forth to explain there was an event that we don't know about back then, and there's all these people acting because of it now, and then we're like trying to figure out what happened back then and we don't know, but we're getting clues. And I was like, oh, okay, page 180, I'm finally starting to get why we have this confusing structure. Thanks Kate Atkinson. Like,
I love how you stayed committed for almost 200 pages.
I had one spark, like page 130. I was like, oh, I really like that. And then I was like, trudge. So another one at like 206 or something, you know, and it's enough to keep me going. What can I say?
Nothing wrong with that.
Okay, so Benjamin said he was getting things ready so you can ship out the pre-orders. Excellent. Yes. On task. I was letting Anita know that we're doing flash poetry tomorrow for Ellen Commissar. She's a Twitter queen as well as a poetry practitioner. Ooh. So you may want to join in for that one, because she even suggested doing something like a pantoum, which is a form I had never heard of. But yeah, I think we'll stick to like poetry, what you will, and leave it at that so people don't have to like get a PhD.
Sounds good.
Yeah, this is making me want to crit group because I'm like running all these ideas just by myself. Esty Houston, yeah. I had finished writing a bonus scene for a reader magnet at the end of my fantasy romance, A Curse of Scales and Feathers. My second sex scene ever written, but the first to see the light of day. 3.6K words.
Ooh, that's exciting.
That is exciting.
I
beyond bacon, I think.
Wait, what did you say?
I said I think she's gone way beyond bacon.
Yeah. For sure. I mean, look, I will say this, and I say this all the time. Most of my books are spice a little bacon. Not spicy. That's not my thing. It's not my bag. I did it once. It's the limited edition, which is back here, which you can kind of see. Right. It is 18 up. But like, have at it. But that's not my bag. It's not my bag.
Oh, Anita says I've written pantoums. They're fun. Well, maybe you'll be able to vibe with Ellen tomorrow night. That should be good.
I'm gonna have to Google what the Pantoum is.
It's very close to someone else's secret word who hasn't been on yet. So I was like, oh. Nina says, I was figuring out exactly where my character lives so I can figure where the headless zombie is headed. That's a funny play on words. I do appreciate that.
I loved how that was just like the beginning of that sentence was so like chill and like unsuspecting, and then you get, oh, where the headless zombie is going. Like,
exactly.
Like double take.
Yeah, we did have a couple questions from Shannon. So where'd you get your boxes made?
Oh, boxes are from Vistaprint. I will say that the designing aspect was a little bit more involved because they have on Vistaprint, like you can design it on their website, but they also give you the files that you need to like design it in like Photoshop and Illustrator. So we have the Creative Cloud suite. So, and by we, I mean Ben, because I absolutely did not do this. He's the talented one.
Truth comes out. Okay.
Yeah, like when I tell y'all that half the stuff that I do is because of Ben, like he created the maps, he created the box, like that's his bag. But he designed it in Illustrator to like get the words and everything, so that everything is actually centered where it's supposed to be. So all I did was create the text. But box came from Vistaprint. They're not stupid expensive, but I would budget appropriately. I will say that. There's a reason I'm only selling 50 boxes.
Candles as well. Someone is also doing candles, so.
The candles came from Mindset Crafting. However, they only do custom orders at this point. So if you want her information, I can send it to you and you can get in touch with her. But her website she's no longer doing like regular, like sourced candles at this point. But I used to buy a bunch of stuff from her back in 2020, 2021. So that's kind of how I linked up with her. Yeah. And also, Shannon, I believe you got the bundle. So we did some mathing today, and I believe there will be a candle in your box.
Which bundle? The pre-order box or the bundle of the 2 books?
The bundle of the 2 books, because the reason we are getting ready to ship things out is because if you ordered from me, I want the books to actually get there on time with USPS. So anyone who pre-ordered or placed an order prior to tomorrow when we send it out, they will actually get their stuff either on time or a little bit early. And since my candle maker, she's absolutely wonderful, she sent me extras. I actually have a couple extra candles that I can throw into the bundles for people who got the first 2 books. So I have 2 bundles. The first one is the box, was just everything that I talked about earlier. The other one is the bundle with the first 2 hardbacks together. So if you haven't read We Are the Origin, then you can get both of them at the same time.
Yes, it's awesome. I did see that and I was like, oh, but then you get how do you add the first one? Yeah. So yeah, excellent question. It's at the shop, which is linked in the description. So there you go.
Yes. There's a bundle and a box. They are different, but they come together, and I'm excited.
Right. Okay. Are we feeling ready for another round?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I'm sure the crackling fire helped a ton, so I'm going to pop that back up there. I don't know. The heat is off, so I'm actually able to like enjoy the sound of a crackling fire again.
Where are you? Is it cold where you're at?
No, it just cooled off from like 100-degree plus heat wave.
Oh,
Oregon. No, we're back down to like 80 something. So yeah.
Okay, because I thought it was warm pretty much everywhere right now, but yeah. Cool.
And then 45. So we'll end at 59. And as usual, go a couple minutes over the hour. So I hope that doesn't stress anybody out. There we go. All right, I'll mute myself, jump back in 15 minutes. Let's
do this. Happy sprinting, everyone.
Don't die. Okay, that's 59 minutes. Are we feeling, oh, there we go. Are we feeling warmed by the energy of our exertions? That was very awkwardly worded.
I mean, I'm enjoying what I've gotten so far. I feel like I'm getting somewhere with this scene. So I'm like, okay, cool.
Yes. Good.
I am up to what is this? About 2,500 words. So getting there. The goal for this chapter is like 4,000 words. I think I did the math that I'm aiming for. But we will see how it works out. So
wow. I don't think I have ever planned for a certain word count for a chapter.
Really, it's not necessarily a goal, more so as with We Are the Origin and We Are Dying Gods. I just realized that my chapters tend to be on the longer side. And so I was like, okay, I know that once I hit like 3,000 words, I know that that's bare minimum for me to write a chapter, like a scene in completion. So I'm like, if I hit 4, that means I need to start winding it down somewhere. Like this is getting a little on the long side.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. Yeah, the first book that I wrote is a mystery. It's like a whodunit detective mystery in the 1880s. And those chapters are so short. They're like 2.5 pages. Because I was like, keep turning, folks, keep turning. But yeah, I don't know what the word count is. Probably like less than 1,000 words.
But I feel like that's okay though. For me though, I just know that I have a very long-winded writing style, and since I'm writing fantasy, there's so much world building that goes into it and like the magic system. I'm like, I can't just tell you that homegirl killed somebody and then brought them back to life. Like I feel like that needs a little bit of explanation.
Yeah.
So
you know what is a really good touchstone for characters, or like a shortcut to understanding some of your characters? Your TikToks, where you use sounds and like reveal things about your characters by like importing cultural notes. I don't know. Just saying. Excellent TikTok content.
I mean, I love it.
I put the link in for the bundle because I found that earlier. This is what I ended up not looking into, but writing and then going, what are people going to think when I write the scent of popishness? What does that mean to anybody else besides me?
Okay, so you said
wrong answers only.
I read it as popishness, and I was like, oh, it's sparkly.
Like fantasy, like Mariah Carey, a vibe. Yeah.
Yes.
No, popishness.
She's like, no, that's not it.
I do use popish in context so that you know it's talking about like Roman Catholicism earlier in the scene.
Oh.
So I don't know. Let's see if anyone has a different answer. Benjamin says, I'm getting these pre-order boxes together and we are going to need to bring a wagon into the post office tomorrow. Little Red Rider wagon. I can see it.
I'm sure they're going to be so excited when they see us.
I see people doing that all the time at the post office here. They have a literal wagon or dolly with all the mail in boxes. So don't even feel bad. Like people do it all the time.
I mean, at this point, I don't, because we have warned the people at the post office, like, hey, we're going to be coming and we're going to have like a lot of boxes. It's like,
there you go.
Y'all need to be prepared. Be ready.
Yeah. Anita got it in one. See?
Hey.
Historical language. Yeah. We're speaking each other's tongue. It's good.
Okay.
It's all good. Incense is what I meant, because when you go into Roman Catholic Church in 1880s, it's going to smell like incense. Yeah. Okay. What else did people work on? Shannon says, cleaned out my email inbox. Not done though. We're not going to say how many emails I have. Oh, and the reason I said don't die. Did anyone get that reference? Happy sprinting, don't die. All right, y'all need to follow Alexis Nicole, Black Forager, because she always signs off her TikToks by saying, I think happy foraging, don't die. Because like it's in my head, so it just like rattles around and wants to come out. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And you said her name was what?
What's that?
What was her name?
I think her handle is Black Forager, and her name is Alexis Nicole with a K.
Okay, I will look her up.
Yeah,
she's always looking for people.
Amazing. Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's pretty generic, so I don't know that don't die. Maybe every superhero movie ever, but yeah.
I mean,
from her.
I literally said that to my parents pretty much every day of the pandemic when they went outside. Like, oh, we're going to the grocery store. Okay, be safe. Don't die.
Okay. Yeah. Very serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So reminder, I've got it in my notes. Reminder, what is your favorite word for the secret giveaway?
My favorite word for the secret giveaway is facetious.
I remember growing up and I had the hardest time trying to figure out what the difference between ironic and facetious was. Like tongue-in-cheek and facetious. And then you're right. It's just context, and there's people use them both all the time, sort of interchangeably. So
that's the thing I love about the English language. As long as you say something with absolute confidence, and you can get away with pretty much saying anything like, oh, you're being facetious. You have no idea what you're doing. I'm just saying that it is. And I said it with absolute confidence. You're going to be like, huh.
Popishness.
Yeah. Like this has the scent of popishness. Popishness. And you're just going to roll with it and be like, okay, well, I don't know what that word means, but context means whatever this is. You're going to roll with it. You know?
Right. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so I have it on good authority that it has been a long day for you. So we're going to wrap this up and be ready for tomorrow. So just going to let everyone know again, tomorrow's guest is Ellen Commissar, who I know through A Mighty Blaze. And we're going to do Poetry Flash. So get those Pantoum hats ready to go if you're into that, or just experiment wildly with something new, because we like that here too.
Yes.
So that is every weekday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. We've got a launch coming up. Oh, yes, that's what I was going to put in last. Tell us about the launch. What do you have planned?
On the 29th. So on the 29th, it is the release day for We Are Dying Gods. And so over on my channel, we are going to be doing a little launch party. And it's going to be so fun because it will be me and my co-host from the Melanin Chat, Audra Russell. And fun fact, We Are Dying Gods, the reason it is coming out on August 29th is because that is also Audra's birthday. And so she asked me last year if the book could come out on her birthday because that's what she wanted for her birthday. And I was like, okay. And that's what it is. It was an absolutely miserable experience because I should never commit to a deadline before I've actually written the book. But here we are.
Oh, boy. Wow. Okay. Good to know.
So yeah, we'll be celebrating. We'll be having a good time. If Benjamin says yes, because he's the financial officer in this house, we will be doing a couple of giveaways for the ebooks, and yeah, just having a generally good time all around.
Awesome. Book launches can be really fun because you have everyone coming to like cheer you on and pour in the good vibes, and
yeah,
it's like a good celebration. So
and it'll be at 10 a.m. because it's Audra's birthday, so she's going to spend time with her family in the afternoon. So we have to do it that morning. So yeah.
Which time zone are you in?
Eastern, 10 a.m. Eastern.
Oh boy.
So it'll be early.
7 for me. I will probably be out jogging at that point. Maybe I'll put it in my headphones and like, I don't know, be with you in spirit. I'm not, we'll see.
That's fair. That's valid. Yeah. I was just like, oh, that's early, but I fully understand her wanting to spend, her birthday with her family.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I'll be other places on the internet, just like around on that day. So
nice.
Yeah.
Shannon says, "Don't die," a fun phrase used when a friend is sneezing, coughing up a storm, or just in general state of mild sickness. Yeah. So it's a sarcastic way of saying you hope someone gets better. Okay. Can't find the exact movie I heard it, but this context sounds right. And then she's making a joke, I think. We are the dying gods, so don't die because we are the origin. Yeah. All right. I love it. All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you, Chelsea, for being my guest on a Fireside Chat. Thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me. I love being on your channel. So whenever you want me to come back, I'm around. I'm ready.
Awesome. Okay. Well, don't forget to leave a comment down below, like, subscribe if you are new and you're just enjoying me for the first time because Chelsea brought you here, which is entirely possible. So, yeah, happy reading. See you around and take care of yourselves. Don't die.
Don't die.